So I need to know a couple of things. I'm doing a two-tailed test. My sample size is 14. That means my degrees of freedom are going to be 14 minus 1. Okay, what are degrees of freedom? Degrees of freedom. DF, that's what it stands for. So degrees of freedom are basically the penalty we pay for estimating something in our sample. And what we're going to estimate in our sample here is going to be S, the sample standard deviation. You don't really need to remember that, but you do need to remember that the formula is going to be n minus 1. That looks a little confusing. N minus 1. Okay. You also need to know your alpha. So notice we have 2 rows. Here I'm going to focus on 2 tails. My alpha is 0.10, so it's that one. Over here I have my degrees of freedom. And my degrees of freedom for this specific problem were 13. So 13 all the way here, all the way down here. So this is going to be my T critical, 1.771. So let me draw the curve just so you recall. We're looking for the critical value. The critical value is what separates the rejection region from the non-rejection region. Oof, I have to mention this is the first time. I probably already said this. The first time I'm using a tablet, so the learning curve has been steep. Okay, so this is going to be the critical value. But remember, we're doing a two-tailed test, so one of the one here has to be positive 1.771, and the one over here has to be negative 0.771. So this has to be plus minus. That's supposed to be a plus. Okay, so let's do another one. Here's my information. I'm doing a one-tailed test, and it's going to be on the right. My sample size is 10. That means my degrees of freedom would be 10 minus 1, 9. So let's do one-tailed test. So it's going to be this row here. My alpha is 0.10, so it's actually this one here. And my degrees of freedom were 9. So over here, there you go. That is, let me put DF again here. It's right there, but for some reason, in this tablet, it looks so small. Right there. Okay. So my critical value is 1.383. Now let's draw the curve. We're looking at this side, so it's supposed to be positive, so I'm done. Cool. Okay, so in this case I have a sample size of 4. I'm looking for a one-tailed test, but on the left. So I'm interested in this curve over here. I love this. I love how colorful it looks. Okay, my degrees of freedom are going to be 4 minus 1, 3. So I need a one-tailed test, so this row. And my degrees of freedom are 3. So wait, I need my alpha also. Oh, it's way over here. So my alpha is this one. My critical value is that one. So 2.353. Now we know we're looking at the left tail, so this needs to be negative. Whenever we're working with the left tail, it has to be negative.